Guys, let's come now to the pitch, talk about the football on the pitch now, and start off with the under-20. Hopefully, in the next couple of minutes, we should be going into Abuja to speak with Coach Amuneke. But before we do that, guys, Amuneke has unveiled the squad of 18 for the African under-20 Cup of Nations qualifying game in Burundi, Bujumbura this weekend. Right. He's called up most of those boys that were with him at under-17 level. So we've seen a progression of out of the 18, 15 were part of the team that won under 17 World Cup. So it shows that continuity, and they've been playing a lot of games together. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you make of it, Yemi?
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts. It's definitely not good to have these boys together. Some of them by January, some have already signed for big clubs. By January, they will not be available anymore. So my words to Amuneke is enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy, and if you have the bulk of it, makes your job easy. And if you scale this order, then we'll take it from.
Yeah, just guys, hold on a little bit. Okay. Amuneke is on the line now to us from Abuja. So let's just quickly cross over to meet him and find out exactly how he's preparing. About this time tomorrow, the boys should be out, getting ready to take on Burundi this weekend in Bujumbura. Amuneke, thank you for speaking to us on Sports Tonight. You have kept most of the boys together that won the World Cup in Chile a few years ago. You've brought them in. You are keeping them for this game against Burundi. You've been training for a couple of days. How ready are you? How do I phrase this now? Is this a continuation where you left off at under 17 level, or you think it's a clean break with the under 20 level?
Well, it's all a little bit of mix. I think any serious country or any serious nation would like to develop their youth. And when we have a lot of talents in this country, what we can do is to expose them to pressure, to expose them to growth, expose them to learn. And that's exactly what we are doing. We want these players to grow. We should not be only thinking just immediate results. We are looking to the World Cup in Russia. We are looking to the World Cup that is coming up in Qatar 2022. And if as a nation, we should have a lot of great players, young, talented players that can represent us at any level. I think that is what the objective is all about. We have to encourage our players. We have to believe in them. And we also must be realistic to them, to let them to understand that in as much as we are encouraging them, a lot is being expected from them. And the only way they can grow is by when they face the real challenges. Of course, are they going to do mistakes? Of course, they will do mistakes. But through the mistakes we do, from there they will learn and they will grow and become much, much better players. The under-17 that I have been with, we are not just training because the players are players that have gone through a lot of information. These are players that are playing through information, not about just they are talented. And football has just gone beyond you are just a talented player. It goes a long way with a lot of information. When a player is knowledgeable about the game, when a player can interpret the game, then his decisions making in the field of play becomes much, much better for the betterment of the team. I think these are the direction I'm trying to let these players to understand and grow with it. Well, hopefully in this journey we continue to do what we know best. We continue to encourage them. And I believe through hard work and believing in God, I believe we will get there.
Amuneke, do you have any information about Burundi? What do you know about Burundi? I'm sure that once Burundi knew that they were up against Nigeria and that they were going to be facing most of these boys that won the Under-17 World Cup, and the way we won the Under-17 World Cup by taking everybody out in a ruthless manner, the way we did, they will have done a lot of study to know how this team will play. But do you have an idea of what they look like and what is going to be your plan B in case they know so much about you and they are ready to tackle you based on how well these boys played when they were in the Under-17?
Well, we are aware that any team that is facing Nigeria is always a difficult game for us because everybody wants to beat us. But of course, the truth of the matter is that we must be ready to face any team that comes on our way. I'm not the type that likes to talk about an opponent and talk about what we're going to do because I think in modern football, now everybody knows everything. What determines and what the difference between one team or the other team is the ability of the players to interpret what is happening around them in the field of play and off the field of play. I think this is what matters. Well, the players have been working very hard for the past 1 and 2 weeks now. And actually, what we've been trying to direct the players, we are no longer asking them if they are good players. We are trying to make them to now think about their intelligent aspect of the game. They have to be more intelligent. Their decision making has to be more intelligent to the benefit of the team. I think these are the areas we are trying to guide them. And hopefully, like I said, this journey is a very long journey. It ends in 2017. We are at the first stage, which is playing the two countries and making sure we make it to Zambia. And hopefully we continue to grow as a team, we continue to grow as a person, we continue to grow collectively and individually.
Well, any injury worries, Emmanuel, before we allow you to go, any injury worries around your team, anything for us to be bothered about? Well, I think we lost Emmanuel Amuneke. But I think he said enough, really. And for this 18 to have been picked, maybe nothing for us to worry about in terms of injuries. Victor Osimhen, a lot of people said he pulled his shoulder and all of that. But now that he's in the squad, we know that that means it's good to go. Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, he just said it all. He didn't answer that question because, of course, he went offline. But then, pretty much the fact that there's no injury worry. You have many of the players that won the World Cup in Chile last year in the team as well. So Yemi was saying the other time that he should enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, I would say that he's probably one of the luckiest coach I know, because he still has those players that he worked with. Manu Gaba wasn't as lucky because many of these players had to go to Europe, many of them had to get contracts, and they couldn't use some of them. And when they came back for the World Cup, you know what happened.
There was a disconnect.
Yes, you know what happened. So basically, he's lucky. He has many of the players. These players are now wise. I think he knows how to talk to them. Of course, being an experienced player, somebody who has gotten to that peak, these players are looking up to him, and I think that is what is working for him. So against Burundi, I expect that we pretty much come out with a win, and just come here to Nigeria and make everything happen. For me, the goal is to get to Zambia, and of course, after Zambia, get to the World Cup. And he mentioned something. He mentioned the long-term plan, which is the Qatar 2022 World Cup. I mean, many of these players, in fact, some of them, a few of them, might even be playing in Russia if Nigeria qualifies. So basically, there is a long-term plan, and for me, I feel he's a very good coach that knows how to plan ahead.
All right. So I think that's the message, really. Take it one game at a time. And I love what he said. The team will continue to get better. The boys will make mistakes. That's what he said. They will correct those mistakes. The team will get better. The dream or the target for him, immediate target, is win the game against Burundi, qualify for the next round, win that one, qualify for Zambia, and then at Zambia during the CAF tournament, qualify for the World Cup, and then see how far you'll be able to go. All right. So we wish Emmanuel Amuneke and his boys the best of luck. We wish them journey mercies as they travel to Bujumbura. Those regions of the world at this point are very special places, in quotes. All right, so we pray that they go safely and then return safely with victory in the bag for Nigeria. Guys, let's go on a quick break now. When we return from the break, we'll spend the rest of the time to take a look at domestic football in Nigeria. The stories coming out of Heartland of Owerri, of Plateau United, and of course the little issue of Giwa FC. And the fact that they are facing expulsion if they fail to show up in Ilorin tomorrow. We'll talk about all of this and more when we return. Stay with us.